When I first got this guitar, I named it John Connor. I just feel like you could use your imagination for the D500. This is a Gitan D500. Well, it's broken in so many ways. So many ways. It's this. We're talking about a string right now, but this guitar is actually broken. This is like my nylon string guitar. It's supposed to be my classical. It was not designed to be such, or was it? This is a so-called gypsy jazz guitar, a Machiavelli, made in a factory. This was not set up. So basically, what happened is I had this thing for like a year. I played this for a year. One of the tuning pegs is broken. I figured out I can turn it the opposite way around. Here you go. Let me show you this thing. But what I did was I ended up getting a Pollock of it's a luthier, Swing 42, and luthier, a real instrument. When it's been set up, it's actually these are actually good if you get them set up. At least that's what I heard anyway. The deal is I've been trying to put different nylon strings on this thing. And I had difficulties with the tying, so I ended up trying out some ball ends. And these ball ends, there's not many types to choose from. Things are getting a bit frustrating to deal with. This is cutting the strings. One set of the strings did not cut. I think I remember what type of strings that was. It might have been this kind. Don't quote me on that. But I'm gonna retire this thing for a little bit. I think I need to take it to a shop or something to get it to make it to be like an actual classical guitar, if it's even possible. Because this is definitely not a classical guitar. And let me tell you, when I was in Europe, so I was looking for a gypsy jazz guitar, a Machiavelli, and then I was looking for a classical or a flamenco. So I figured in Europe, because these two types of instruments are difficult to come by in America. So I go over there. I was not able to find any dang instrument. But what happened was eventually, when I decided to retire this, I was like, wow, the fretboard is just like a classical guitar. It just begs to be played as a classical with nylon strings. It needs to be changed massively before it can be a decent sounding guitar. But the thing is, this guitar it's just like, yeah. And so we have this thing right here. So this is a Gitan. It's like the best name, especially for this. I mean, this is a Gitan D500. These are different companies, but this is called a Gitan. Anyway, that's a freaking cool name. The Gitans, I think they were they're Sinti. They claim to come from Spain or something. They do rumba flamenco. Sinti tribe. I think. Don't quote me on that. This luthier, no, it's not gonna work on this luthier. It's matte. I think I like to say matte. So one of the biggest issues is at some point I really want to learn how to play the rumba flamenco. Flamenco guitars are hard to come by in America, but you know what I want to play rumba flamenco on? I want to play rumba flamenco on this guitar with nylon strings, but I guarantee you it's absolutely impossible with the way this guitar is right now. So you're probably not going to see this guitar for a while unless I just get in the mood. Because I need to take it to a shop. I need to get this thing, classical guitar, if it's even possible. This is an idea I came up with myself. But I'm not serious about classical guitar or nylon strings or fingerstyle or anything, so I think it's hilarious that it sounds like trash. Yeah, and so it hasn't been set up like a classical guitar. It's designed for metal strings. So the issue is it hasn't been set up at all for this. So the further you go down the fretboard, the more out of tune it is because it has not been set up, and I'm not gonna set it up myself. I said this. I did my little temporary setups on this guitar quite a few times when when it had metal strings on it. You know, it's one of those things. It's like, no, I'm not gonna leave this thing. Yet these luthiers and such, you gotta leave it at wretched as Guitar Center for like how. What's the turnaround time nowadays? Has it got better since the pandemic's been over? Really, man, the turnaround time is just too much on guitars nowadays. I set it up my own dang self, but I have set this thing up enough times to know I do not have the professionalness abilities to set this thing up decently as a classical guitar. I just don't have that ability. But let me show you. So let me show you this other guitar. What I replaced it with. Let me show you this thing. This thing. I mean, this is the one. This is the newer guitar. I've had this for like what 6 months maybe. It's amazing. It's a Pollock Swing 42. Mate, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to call it Mate, but I'm gonna tell you, Mate is powerful. Mate is powerful. Look at those lights. Look at those. Oh, Mate is powerful. So I'm gonna retire this mug. This joke is gonna be retired soon. Well, I mean, for like a little bit, maybe, unless I get in the mood. You know, I'm gonna be in the mood to put some strings on here and play some miserable stuff. I mean,